of who you are, like what you're comfortable with saying. If you had to
my origin story.
If you had to summarize
your
who
origin
you are
story,
as a person,
the parts
whatever
that you want
origin
people
story
to
or
know,
not, some people are nothing like they were as a child.
the things that you want people to know, and the things that you don't want people to know. You know?
I think I'm pretty much the same as I was as a child in terms of, like, I still enjoy the same interests, right? I grew up, my mother worked a lot growing up, so my grandmother pretty much raised me. My father was out of the picture in terms of, like, as a family, around, like, 3 or 4, right? And my mom, like, I don't know if she remarried. I don't know if she ever married Tristan's father. But they were together. Had Tristan. And then he was
How old were you when...
5.5.
Oh, okay.
This
Oh, wait,
is
I
your
knew that.
origin story?
Tristan was born in 2003.
Are we talking about who you are, or the fact?
No, that's just part of it.
Oh,
okay. And then, Tristan was born. And then, I went to school. Cool. Little, not farm school, but I grew up in like an agricultural area of Florida.
Is in Florida, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry.
25 minutes of Miami south in a place called Homestead. That's where most of my life was lived. Homestead, Florida.
There's farmland south of Miami. Why did I think everything was
very agriculture? Actually,
established south of Miami?
It's a lot of agriculture there, right? You have like one of the major producers, right? You know how like California has like a lot of produce that they export to the rest of the country. Florida's kind of like that too. With like you have Costa Farms down there. They do like a lot of exotic fruit, like dragon fruit, jackfruit, lychees. It's all grown in Florida.
We're derailing from your story. That is really
So,
good to know, though.
yeah.
I'm really glad now I know that.
Yeah. So I used to grow up selling fruit off the side of the road.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because we had a lot of fruit trees in our yard. I grew up hating avocados, not because I never really tried them as a kid because I thought they were disgusting. Because we had an avocado tree, massive, in our yard. And they would just fucking fall on our yard, like hundreds of them. And then they'd kind of rot. Yeah, and then they'd just be mushy fucking around. I'm like, this is disgusting. I never want to eat them. But it's funny because every time someone would come over to our house to like do a service, like, oh, hey, we have the cable guy coming over. Here's your tip. Not in money, but here's a bag of like 50 avocados because we just have so many avocados. Also, yeah, and there were Florida avocados, which might sound a little weird to you, but I didn't know there were different avocados. Like growing up, like, oh, here we have avocados. Going to different states and everything, you have those Haas avocados that you see everywhere. Florida avocados are like bigger, and they're shiny, and they're like real smooth.
Interesting. Do they taste the same?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever had one.
Do they sell them?
Yeah, they're everywhere. You go to like grocery store, and they just have.
Do they have
Haas avocados, and then they're marketed as Florida avocados, and they're more expensive.
I've never seen that.
Yeah,
well,
you can search up. They're bigger and they're smooth.
Is it only Florida?
I'm gonna take a trip to Florida.
I don't know. Probably.
I'm gonna go there at the end of the month, and I'm just gonna check this.
Probably Georgia. I'm sure. Probably south. But yeah. So that's a thing, right? I had a mango tree growing up. I loved mangoes. I used to eat them off the tree. Like, boop boop. We got mangoes. We had a guava tree. I hate guava too. Probably for the same reason. But because they just fucking land on the floor and then we never really harvested that one. I just hated the smell of like decomposing guava,
Ew.
Which is a huge thing in like Miami. Like everything is guava pastries. Like, hey, you want to get a guava and cheese pastry,
Yeah. Mango does extremely well in that region too.
I'm sure, yeah.
So
we had limes,
dulce de leche,
oranges, and lychees. Lychees are one of my favorite fruit ever. And we had lychee trees. My neighbor had lychee trees. We used to go and like fill backpack, like our school backpacks, fill them up with lychees.
What is a lychee?
Yeah, lychee sounds like a Pokemon.
You've never had a lychee?
No, what is it?
Wow.
I'm thinking of like all I see is
Okay.
Pikachu.
Yeah, so think of
How do you spell
they
it?
take Lychee. It's like a Asian. It's a Pacific Asian Japanese fruit.
Lych.
Oh my gosh, I have a corn kernel stuck between my teeth. It's driving me insane.
From the elote that we had earlier. You
From
ate
the elote?
It was
a
a raw kernel.
The corn.
Pre-popped, pre-roasted.
That sounds so gross.
Especially if it was on your cob. Why was everything
Ew.
corn except the one kernel that wasn't grown into a corn?
A small round fruit with sweet white scented flesh.
I don't like the word flesh. Can we call it something
in
else?
a thin, rough skin.
That makes me uncomfortable.
The fruit meat.
The
Meat.
the fruit meat.
Meat of the fruit.
You've seen these. They drop.
Oh yeah.
I've seen these things.
I've seen them before.
Don't they?
Yeah.
What do they taste like though?
So they taste like a grape almost.
Grape. Do you like grapes?
I like grapes.
Okay, that's fair. I thought you were gonna say I fucking like they taste like grapes. Fucking hate grapes.
No.
Love lychee,
So
though.
what you do is right. So they're red. They have a red outer shell or skin, I guess.
If I had to draw it, I was thinking grape green outside, and when you cut it open, it looks like a kiwi.
They're white on the inside, and they have a massive pit on the inside too. Not like as big as like an avocado, but not like as small as like grape seeds. Mm-hmm. They're pretty.
Does it have seeds?
Yes, grapes do have seeds. You've never had like.
I only bought seedless grapes. I've never seen a grape with a seed.
You've never had grape seeds?
Not that I recall.
So if you take
Every
like
once in a while, I buy the wrong watermelon.
go to like seeded watermelon, you're like, this is the wrong watermelon.
Cut it open, I'm like, this one.
I gotta return it. Do you take
This one's too young. It's not fresh.
the seeds dissolve as it gets more ripe? They just
you know what? I guess that doesn't make sense. They would have to be really old because I would imagine the seeds turning black eventually. So, it's been on the shelf so long.
Well, grapes, yes, grapes have seeds. That's why if you get like red grapes, typically you'll have like seeds in them, unless you get seedless grapes.
I've only ever gotten.
And you have to spit them out,
That's the
or you
joke.
could eat them, I guess.
I don't think you should, but probably.
You know,
nothing happens.
apple seeds have cyanide in them.
Yes, I did know that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people use cyanide. When you see those videos, I don't know if you've ever seen them, but if you see those videos on the internet that are like, you shouldn't eat X product, and it's usually like maybe something famous or like something. They're like, here's why you should, because it has fucking like poison in it, and then it's like it has arsenic or something. Like it just says something, and then they're like, that's why you shouldn't eat it because this is a leading cause of cancer or whatever. And then when you zoom out a little bit, you're like, that's just, I mean, the dose is what's important. It's such a small amount, which is...
It is a small
why
amount.
apples, like, you can eat an apple seed and not die. Like, ooh.
You could eat multiple apple seeds and not
You
die.
can eat that's exactly
But
the
if you
dose.
have like a whole bowl of apple seeds and you just eat them all, you probably
you know what,
die
though?
or
If you eat a
feel real sick.
apple seeds, whatever happens to you.
2021 Apple Seed Challenge. How many?
Make a bowl of apple seeds. I'm imagining it coming in like a milk carton. You open it and like all the seeds fall out of it.
Should we push your couch closer? I don't know how the sound quality of this iPhone is. We'll like re-listen to this post edit and be like,
You sound like you're talking to
you could
yourself.
hear me really loudly and you're like, apple seed. Yeah.
It's probably the opposite. You sound real quiet and then all people hear is
I'm
yelling.
shouting, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm shouting too. Hey, are you not paying attention anymore?
Hold on.
Or you're not interested in arsenic?
Or my origin story for that matter.
Or the origin. Oh my god, get back to it. We're never. I was thinking you were gonna go through like the top 3 eventful things in your life, but this is much better.
Oh, you know.
You're gonna be like, I was born, I graduated high school,
And now I'm here,
I
you
joined
know?
the Navy, and now I'm here.
Yeah, so I used to sell leeches on the side of the road for money as like a 15, 14-year-old kind of thing.
Cute.
And we would we'd put them in our backpack, a bunch, and then we go to the side of the road, like a busy intersection, and we have like a little fold-out table, the white, fold-out tables, and we have a little scale, and we weigh out pounds, and we put them in like brown paper bags, and we'll do like, I remember, we would do $3 for a pound or $5 for 2 pounds, but, heavily Hispanic area, so it would be like, $3 for, so, and I don't know Spanish, so people come up to me,
Spanish?
no. So people will come up to me, speak me in Spanish, and I'll be like, yeah. They'll be like, ¿cuánto es? And I'll be like, $3.
El signo right here, I'll tell you.
Para una, so.
But they have to pay you in.
But I write the number 3,
Yeah.
$3 money sign.
Say it in, like, oh my god.
And we'd sell out, yeah.
Oh my god. Did you actually make money? I guess so, because you're not paying for the leeches.
Yeah, they're just, and.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I made money like that growing up.
The best business starters. They never doubt themselves. They're like, see
started-
all this fruit?
I know,
We're gonna sell
dude.
this shit.
You know what?
Where are we gonna go? Side of the road. We're gonna sell it to Hispanic people. I can't even speak English.
We
We're
have
gonna
to
sell it to them.
dive real fast, because when I was a kid, I had no doubts. I was like, my mom and dad told me you can get what you want if you pay half of it, and I was like, ooh, really? So I got a broken ass lawnmower. I used the push mower. I used the broken ass lawnmower that barely worked, and it took me 2 extra hours to get a yard done. And I had like 10 yards that I mowed when I was a kid.
You mowed the lawn twice because you needed an extra $10. You're like, that's gonna be $20. And they're like,
That was like me with my little Scott reel before I had my mower. And you're like, hey, you want to borrow our mower? And I'm like, no, I got it.
I'm
This
like,
is my
looking at it
7th
like,
time.
Is that guy push mowing his lawn? He's like, yeah, he must just be real dedicated or something.
And I
Maybe
did
he's
it.
Suffering.
I did it like 3 times, I think.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
every time we're like,
But listen,
what a weirdo.
and I had a snow shoveling business when I was a kid.
And now we got a podcast. Look how we've evolved.
I was too nervous.
Like, but why? I want that fucking drive back.
Just do it. You're already talking about it.
God damn.
Yeah.
Do
We're
it.
doing
What's
it. We're
wrong with
currently doing it.
you? Literally.
As we
Step
speak.
1, talk about it.
All
Step
right.
2, do something about it. Done.
Step
Step
3.
1 is already done.
Back to Sebastian.
You are literally 50% closer to your dreams.
Back to Sebastian.
So, so I did that. You know, I like, growing up around agriculture and everything. Cool. Back in middle school, right? My first, so you get to choose electives, right? I'm sure that's every school system, I would assume, right? You got your main core classes and then like the fun classes.
In college?
Yeah.
Middle school.
We did not get to do
I
that.
had that in high school.
We got to pick from 2
I had
things.
that in like junior
Like
high
you
and
either
high
got
school.
band or choir.
Yeah, so we got to do like electives. We got to be like, oh, you want to take gym? Or you want to do like,
Yeah. I was
shit,
always-
stuff like that, right?
You got to, they asked you if you wanted?
Yeah.
You get like a little sheet and you'd be like, what do you want to do for next year, right?
Yeah.
I think the first year was like a, maybe
You have,
like
mandatory things,
a
like
man.
you have to take gym.
Math, science.
No.
Oh, you didn't have to take math.
You're
That
electives.
explains so much.
These are electives.
Right.
You didn't have to take Spanish.
They weren't mandatory.
Um,
yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you didn't have to take fucking pop culture classes. What we had, it was the dumbest fluff. It was the biggest fluff class I ever took in my entire fucking life.
Wait, what class?
Pop culture.
Pop culture. It was a dumb class?
It was the biggest fluff class I've ever taken in my life. It was
Yes.
the easiest. Babe,
And
we
it's
got to watch
fascinating that you did
movies.
so
We
good in
got
that
to-
class,
Oh, I
but you
did
know
amazing.
nothing about pop culture now.
I don't know anything about pop culture.
I'm like, hey, have you heard
This
about
was
this?
like
Pop culture back in the 80s, though. You know,
Listen,
he knows
It's
all.
like he went. Did he not go to school in the 80s?
No, but the pop culture at the time, he was like 5 years old in like,
No.
the 90s, 7.
Pop culture
So
like
the
within the last decade.
yeah, but I'm sure
Can I
they
finish?
influenced the hell out of his.
This was in like 2008.
Yeah, so this would have been early 2000. This would have been like
Stuff I
Justin
fucking
Timberlake
knew.
would have been pop culture.
Yeah, it
He
was.
still is pop culture.
We watched movies. We watched fucking videos. It was so. It was awesome. I loved it.
They're like, do you guys want to watch TV all day? And I'm like,
So
"Oh."
then I got paired with my best friend, who is the laziest person when it comes
Who is
to
this
school.
person?
Lanos.
Aw.
Laziest person when it came to school. And then I got playing with another person who was also, rest his soul, a fucking lazy ass as well. And I got paired with them because Lanos was like, hey, man. And I was the one who didn't do stuff. I was the one who piggybacked off a strong group. Okay? That was my job. Not theirs.
Dan and I would not have been friends in school.
And
Dan would have been the opposite
and
group
so,
that I was in.
I had to put a 15-minute long. I couldn't be over, couldn't be under. It had to be almost exactly 15-minute long fucking slide with a video. Like, you could put whatever you want in it. And a slide and all these things about, like, the time that we had. And I think we had 80 to 85.
That's a good time.
And all the things that we went into. And I was so pumped for it because Back to the Future, you got all the things. Music, too.
1985.
Listen, but, like, music and all that.
Bruce Springsteen.
So what I did to finish this fucking thing, because I timed it, Thriller is a 10-minute video, and it was in our time zone. So I fucking played that for 10 minutes of my fucking 15 minutes.
Arguably, that makes sense for that time period. Because
Yeah.
that would have been about
Yep.
like 70% of the time.
Yep. So I was like, dude, perfect. We actually got an A on it, and I did all the work. So yeah.
Sounds like you didn't do that much work. So can you finish
Wait,
this
did you just
origin
say-
story?
Doesn't sound like I did a lot of work.
You just said you put a 10-minute video on a 15-minute assignment.
Yeah.
That sounds so difficult. Can you finish your story?
Yes.
Stop it! Every time you interrupted me, you have to put $1 in the interrupting jar.
I put the whole slide together.
In the interrupting jar.
That money comes from Dantastic LLC.
Keep going.
Sponsored by Dantastic.
Who's not really losing any money.
He's just giving
He's
it-
money
he takes it out of his left
laundering.
pocket,
Puts it in his...
right.
We do not. Just so we're clear, we do not money launder at Dantastic Fitness.
You have the ability. Don't ever doubt yourself.
Because
Can we not say
because
this?
this podcast
Live
is...
your dreams. You're 50% there.
We'll edit it out. We'll establish
I'm not
rules.
Every time I hear anything where they're like,
This is gonna go in the
Babe.
director's cut.
babe,
Behind the scenes.
babe,
100th subscriber
Listen,
special event.
every time,
Face reveal.
every time we listen to a murder, they always say that. They're like, ooh, we'll just edit this out as they continue going on to what they're saying. I'm like, so you didn't want to edit it out?
It's funny. They decided to leave it in.
Yeah, but
So-
Make it
here at
choppy.
Dantastic Fitness LLC, we do not launder money.
What if your business gets shut down because a result of this podcast?
They would have to find some sort of evidence of money laundering, which there is none.
Yeah, but the
Except
audit.
that one weird credit card you have, right?
What?
No, never mind. Go ahead.
The audit would be a bitch, though.
I'm back to Sebastian.
Okay, yeah,
Or
so...
would you rather us call you Nathan? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Middle school, boom. They're like, yo, you got to take gym as a mandatory first year. And then I think I got to choose my second one, which was drama. So I was a drama kid because I was like, oh, this would be fun, right? Like, I like talking, you know, I'm like...
For sure.
I try to be the center of attention in terms of back then, right? Like, I liked doing things, so I thought that would be fun. It was a really cool class. I saw West Side Stories. I still think about that to this day because I saw a trailer. They have a new West Side Stories
A new one?
coming out. Yeah, brand new.
Oh, I thought you were about to pull up a video.
It's West
Really quick
Side
question,
Story.
Dan.
It's not West Side Stories.
I guess.
It's, West
It's
Side
not an
Story.
anthology, you know. Multiple West Side
Knowing
Stories.
what you know about Sebastian up until this point, would you have been his friend at this point in time?
In middle school?
Wait, say it again.
Would you be friends with middle school Sebastian?
Drama.
Sebastian and I would be friends because I was in.
You know what
that
though?
class.
I wouldn't have not been friends with you. Like I didn't discriminate.
Then the answer is yes.
But I don't know if we would have been friends. But I wouldn't like go out of my way.
We didn't have same...
Realistically-
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. You didn't have
I'm not
solar
saying
panels
would
back
you-
then,
like,
It's
so...
not
I
a
saw
question
him-
of if you would be friends or
Listen,
bully them.
like, if I
It's
saw him-
like, would you be friends
No,
or would they
like,
go to your
if,
school?
If I saw him, I'd probably say hi to him every day.
Yeah, okay, so the answer to my question is no. Keep going.
Okay. So, 7th grade
I don't
comes
know.
around, and I'm like, well, drama was fun, all this stuff was fun, so I guess I'll just do the same thing. So I did my core classes, and then gym and drama again. But, you know, now I'm starting to have my own friend group and everything, and I'm
Not
like,
including him.
yeah, you know, and they're all, the majority of them are like in band and everything, and I'm like, wow, that seems really fun. You know, so 8th grade rolls around, I'm like, all right, what are your...
friends with people in the band?
Interrupting jar.
So I was like, 8th grade. Well, I want to hang out with my friends now because I got like my friend group. I'm going to join band, right? And all my electives became like, it was band and guitar. And I was like, I'm joining band and guitar. I'm going to hang out with my friends. And they're like,
You learned guitar?
huh?
You learned guitar?
A little bit, yeah.
Keep going. What?
Yeah.
We had like flute. No, we didn't have flute. I feel like flute was too hard. We had like clarinet. Everybody played the clarinet. Or like the trumpet. Every person played the clarinet or the trumpet. There
Funny
were no
story
other-
about that, I guess, that I'm about to get to. So, 8th grade rolls around, I'm like, I'm going to be with my friends, I'm going to join band. Well, they're like, hey, you're in beginning band. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, all your friends have been doing band for like the past 2 years, so now they're like in the jazz band and all this stuff.
Oh,
You don't know an
yeah.
instrument. You're in beginning band. And I was like, oh, this is fucking whack. You know,
Know this ahead of time.
I was 13.
Your friends didn't tell you.
No,
You're
so...
like, I'm gonna learn how to play.
Oh my God, yeah.
Triangle.
So they were like, you know, hey, you got to learn an instrument, you know. So I'm like, damn, none of my friends. I'm in band with a bunch of 6th graders. I'm like, this is stupid. And here I am. So I remember we were taking we learned like a week of music theory, right? This is a quarter note. This is all, you know. Mm-hmm. And we're going to take a test, and then based on those results, we get to choose what instruments we want, and we'll go down the line from top of the class to bottom of the class, and we'll have a limited amount of instruments, and based
you guys
on
got your own instruments.
We got to like rent them, kind of thing.
Okay.
They'll let us borrow them, but that's the instrument you're gonna play in the rest of the year.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, cool, So I'm gonna, we learned like a week and a half of music theory, and I'm like, I'm gonna do well on this test. I'm gonna choose the instrument I want to play, and then I guess I'll just go from there, right?
Yeah.
And I actually ended up getting top of the class, which I guess at the time wasn't that hard because it was 6th graders versus an 8th grader of a person. I was like, I guess we're gonna do basic music theory,
Would it be awful if you got like towards the bottom of the class?
Oh my god, my whole life would be different right now.
Like, I want to be a clarinet.
You know how we're talking about what if and like the.
Wait. Now I'm just picturing him like I'm looking at you and you look like an 8th grader now. Like I'm seeing.
Yeah. Also, if you want to, I have a YouTube channel which I haven't posted in years. But there's a video of like 14-year-old middle school me in 8th grade doing the cinnamon challenge.
We would not be friends. I'm sorry. No, we absolutely would not. We would have been friends up until that point, and then you would have been like, "Hey, look at my YouTube channel." I would have watched that video, and I would have not talked to you
At the
Monday.
time, like 14.
No.
14.
Monday morning
Dude.
rolls around.
13.
Dude, that's nuts. I was 19 when I heard about the
We're
cinnamon
talking about if
challenge.
you were the same
and you
age.
were 13.
I wasn't asking
I'm
earlier if you were going to be
23.
friends with an 11-year-old.
No.
Anyway,
18 years old.
so
He's like, "Hey, buddy."
I end up getting top of the class, and I'm like, cool. I want it to be a fucking percussionist. I'm like, I'm gonna play the snare drum. It's gonna be cool. If not, I'm gonna play the trumpet because it's badass, right? But
Because it's badass.
so the test happens, cool. I get really good, and they're like, all right. Before we choose our instruments now, my band teacher was like, yo, I'm gonna do a little preview of all the instruments before we choose, so you guys know what the options are and like how they kind of sound and everything. Cool. And I'm like, cool. I know nothing about music. And he starts going down the line. He's like, yeah, snare drum, trumpet, which my band teacher at the time was a trumpet player. So I'm like, wow, it's cool, right? And then, trombone, all this stuff, tuba. And then he went to the clarinet. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's real? Because I love SpongeBob. I'm a huge SpongeBob.
That's a real instrument? Who came first, the clarinet or
Right
the
now
SpongeBob?
he's 14.
Stop
watching
it.
SpongeBob.
I love SpongeBob. I have like the first 300 episodes in my house on DVD.
Of course you do.
Anyway, I'm like, yo, it's real? What? You know what? I'm going to choose clarinet because who the fuck plays clarinet? I want to play it. It'll be cool. Exactly, right? So I end up choosing clarinet. And I was like, clarinet? Cool. I've been playing clarinet the whole time. And then, playing guitar the whole time. And I definitely liked playing clarinets more at the time because I was not better at it, but like reading the music for clarinet was easier for me to like digest. Because guitar, you got like chords and everything, multiple notes. Clarinet, it's like, still a lot of notes, but it's like you could only play one note at a time on the clarinet. So I'm like, all right, it made more sense.
Oh my god,
And then I was gonna go to high school, but before that, right? They're like, all right, what do you want to do for high school? You got to apply to this thing called a magnet program. Basically, it's like your major for college, but what you do in high school. Like you have your main core classes, but all your electives revolve around your magnet.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do a thing called IB, like International Baccalaureate or something. It's like the academic side, like
International badass.
yeah. So I was like, oh, I want to do that because academics, I want to do well in school. My mother was like, oh, you got to study, you got to be real good, like kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, I want to actually do something well with academics. And then while we're applying, my like civic teacher, like my American history, one of them, whatever she taught at the time, my social studies teacher was like, oh, what do you guys want to do when you go to high school? And I'm like, I want to do this. And she's like, that's a terrible idea for you because you're lazy. You're smart, but you're lazy. You don't put in effort. Like, you're going to fucking crash and burn.
Yeah.
Because her...
What was it? What did you want to do?
IB, right? The academic, right?
Yep.
And her husband, right, my teacher's husband, was taught at the high school I was going to as, like, part of the IB program. And he's like, kids fail all the time. It's a lot of work, and I don't see you being successful in this medium, right?
I mean, is it bad?
And I'm glad she did. She was realistic about it, and I was like, yeah. Which is a funny story for that, because going 5th grade into 6th grade, the same thing kind of happened to me, to where I wasn't really turning in work for my math class and everything and all this stuff. And there was a parent-teacher conference specifically for me, to where all my 3 main teachers at the time were talking to me and my mom, and they were like, hey, like, you're moving into middle school. We were going to recommend, like, easy classes or, like, almost remedial because of his past performance. And my mom was like, fuck no. Like, he's smart. You got to give him a chance, right? And they're like, all right. I remember my math teacher being like, all right, we'll show you. We're gonna recommend him for like advanced classes, and we'll go from there. And then my mom's like, all right, bet. And then we left, and my mom's like, you bet. Fucking, she was like,
Why are you like me up like
I'm
this?
sorry. I'm sorry.
Said that like 3 times that you're gonna break your hand on my table,
like 10
and I'm gonna be liable for it.
I'm not worried about your
Put that
table.
pillow in the way. You smack that.
We've had to deal with that before. It's just what you do.
Using a lot of hand motions.
I talk with my hands. I'm sorry.
You're allowed to talk
This
with
is
your-
actually has been an issue for my job. Anyway.
Oh, don't smack the table though. There's so many cushy
Wait,
things around you.
Question: do you smack the submarine?
Yes. Yes. It's a funny story about. Anyway. So my mother's like, you better get your shit together because if I would do my work, but if I didn't, my grandma would take care of it. She'd be like, oh no, I have homework. Yeah. And then
did your homework?
and then I would go to sleep and I'd wake up and I'm like, oh no, my homework's not done. And my grandma's like, don't worry, I took care of it. And I'm like, yes,
Oh my god!
So they put me in pre-algebra and like whatever advanced science at the time for middle school, and I got my shit straight. So when I got to high school, I was in algebra 2 as a 9th grader with juniors and seniors.
Oh my gosh.
And then I continued that path. So I took 2 years of calculus in high school because I ran out of math class for them to take. I wanted to take like statistics and everything, but they're like, oh, we don't offer that. You've done all the maths that you can. You don't have to take a math class. I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. I want to go to college. So I retook calculus again.
You retook the same calculus?
Yeah, to get a higher AP score.
Oh, no way. I had to take calculus twice because I failed it because I didn't do any homework.
I didn't
Not
have-
because I failed, because I didn't turn in any homework.
I didn't have calculus.
So
Calculus was really fun for me.
they were like, oh, my civics teacher was like, hey, hey, don't you play the clarinet? Like, aren't you in band now? Like, I see you carrying on a clarinet every now and then. You should try auditioning for that because the music teacher from the high school is here for auditions. You should try that. And I'm like, okay. So the day when he was there, I auditioned, right? And it was real basic, but he had me play like a few scales and like sight read music. And he's like, all right, cool. If you want to do this, you're in. I'm like, cool.
Nice.
So I literally just continued that route. 9th grade was in one of the bands, and then I joined marching band. I loved it, and I continued with clarinet, and I did marching band for 4 years. Every year I continued up playing clarinet. I became like first chair at like 10th grade.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
11th grade we were doing marching band again. They're like, hey, you have like 3 clarinetists, and that won't really be great for marching band. Like, you won't really hear us on the field. We were a massive school, but a small band program. So I swapped over to saxophone. So I learned saxophone that year.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then at the time also during that, one of the colleges was starting, so there's like DCI, which is like not professional marching band, but like higher level marching band for like college students or like that age of students. Like 21's like the cutoff, I think, for age outs and everything. But you have like high schoolers and like, younger college students doing that.
Yeah.
And then there's WGI, which is Winter Guard International, which is indoors because during the winter months, it's really cold outside. For every other part of the world.
Oh.
That's why it's indoors.
Oh, okay.
And it would used to be like color guard, so you have like rifles, sabers, flags, and
God.
stuff like that.
Like Kelly.
And then they had drumline WGI, which is like the same thing except it's drumline oriented, not like color guard oriented. And 2015 was the first year for a wind ensemble, so like actual marching band, like every fucking instrument, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, this college is having its own WGI like branch. And my teacher was like, hey, you want to join it? Like, you're pretty good. Like, you could audition for it, audition for the college and see if you get in. And a few other students in my class too. I auditioned for saxophone because they didn't have any clarinets. I got in. We ended up winning world championships that year.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. So
That's so cool. Wait, did you get to... I've seen this before. You showed us that video when we were on the concrete side.
And that was the first year that I really traveled outside of Florida because the world championship was in Ohio.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
And that was a lot of fun. So I continued that. I became like the woodwind captain. So I was like in charge of like all the woodwinds for like my junior year, and then I became the band captain for my senior year.
Oh my god.
The band said cap.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell. Shh.
And
You're talking about...
no. Anyway, so I did that, right? And then I'm really happy I did it. Like I fell in love with music.
Cool childhood. so dope.
So I fell in love with music. Like, it was something
Do you
that kind
still
of...
know how to play both?
Yeah, I own a clarinet and a saxophone.
And you've literally never played. For us, this is really rude. I've baked for you multiple times.
I'll bring them.
I made you guys vegan banana bread.
I could teach you guys saxophone and clarinet if you want. I have sheet music still from my high school, and I still practice every now and
You
then.
can play for us. We'll pump the brakes on learning because my brain doesn't have that much.
I love music.
I'm really
I try to convince people for my job, like, hey, we should start like a little band and like.
You guys don't have a band?
No.
I thought that was a requirement of the Navy.
We do have a band. Like, the Navy has a band. I actually played with them in junior year. Like, the Presidential Navy Band was doing a tour around the United States, and they did one in South Florida. And it was the same thing. Like, who wants to play, like, you know, top players from each band? We do it, and I, like, sat, like, fucking fifth chair clarinet with, like, the Presidential Navy Band, and, like, the music was, like, crazy. But I was sitting next to, like, 40-year-old fucking... You know, like Navy guys playing music, and it was real fun. It was cool.
What do you have to do to be in the Navy band?
Like actual Navy band?
Actual Navy band.
It's like the same thing as everything else in terms of like you go to a recruiter, you're like, hey, this is what I want to do.
Is it to be the like that's your job?
Well, there's like the Presidential Navy Band, and then there's Navy bands for events like ceremonies, like. You know, celebrations, stuff like that, right? That aren't like the Navy band, but it's, you know, Navy bands.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of those. And it's a job. So like you have musician as like your job title. Like musician.
So like you go to work every day.
And that's your job. That is your job. You're not
on a ship.
You're not on a ship. You're not going on deployments in like all this, you know,
unless
you're
they
literally
need you to go over there and play music.
You're literally just a musician.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so the requirements for that is like you audition, right? And then, but it's not like a high school, like it's like a no shit audition. This is going to be your job. Yeah. If you're good enough, they'll let you learn.
Navy question?
Sure.
Can you join the Navy as a like janitor, or do they outsource that to a different company?
Everyone is a janitor.
Everyone is a janitor.
I think 60% of my time is spent as a janitor.
Oh, like everybody cleans all the time.
Everyone.
What is like another? What would the word be? Remedial? Like what's another regular job that you can have as your job? I think musician is like when I think musician, I don't think military. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like yes, I understand the context.
It is
now.
Yeah, but musician is like the job as like your rate, right?
Yeah, exactly. So like, is there another job? Not like sonar, not like driving the boat, whatever. Like not those jobs. Like. This guy only reupholsters the couches. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's his job.
Well, you know, there's a bunch of jobs. So, another job, for example, is like a cook, right?
Right. That one makes sense to me, though, too, because it's a necessity. Like...
What jobs are there that aren't necessarily necessities?
Yeah, like a musician doesn't feel like...
So, there are other jobs that people can fill as one job, right? Like, say you're... a hull technician, for example, which they like are mechanics. They weld pipes, they repair ships, they're mechanics, right?
Yeah.
There are some like billets, like positions of a job that are not necessarily like, hey, we need specifically this one job to man. It's, hey, this is open. You know, you need a new duty station because you've been here for a certain while.
Yeah.
Hey, would you like to do this job? For example, we have... in like school commands, like where people go to school to learn, they have these things called BPOs, which are building petty officers, which are basically like, hey, you are in charge of this building, the students that live in there, and maintain the quality of the building for like logistics and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And that could be filled by those type of jobs like, hey, you're a cook, you've been a cook for 5 years, but now you're at this random command for a school, you're now the BPO, and that's your job for the next 3 years of maintaining the building and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. I didn't mean to cut you off track. It was just really fascinating to me, and I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I thought you were, like, in the Navy.
Listen to myself either.
I don't listen to my own voice.
So...
I was dead. Is that what I sound like in real life? Why do you guys talk to me?
Where was I? Oh, so I talked to a recruiter.
Bad, man. It sounds so bad.
Oh, how is this?
I think I only got cream cheese, but I'm jazzed about it. Go ahead. Warm cream cheese doesn't do it for me, actually. You were talking to a recruiter?
Yeah, before I graduated, just to see what my options were, and he was like, "Yo, you could do this. You get healthcare. You get," and I've never been to a dentist before the Navy. Like, I was like, oh, that sounds cool. I get
You
money.
had never been to a dentist? Is
Before
that-
the Navy, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That sounded more judgy than I meant it to. I'm very privileged. Go ahead. I went to the dentist twice a year since I was like 0.
Look at those gums.
Wow. They would tell me, every time I go in there, they stick something new in my mouth, and they're like, oh, this is a new thing we're testing for because you're older now. And I was like, getting old is the worst.
This is a real gummy.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, did you know that you could also have this disease? And we're going to check for it. And then I'm like, why you got to do that right now, man? Don't tell me. Just check. If I don't have it, don't tell me. Just do
cozy
the
over
check.
Yeah, real cozy.
Finish the story. We're so close to present day. You were talking to a recruiter. You had never seen a dentist before.
I've never seen one. They don't exist.
Not in the wild. They don't. Go to a grocery store and tell me who the dentists are. They live among us, and we can't even see them.
Yeah. Is anyone here a doctor? This man's dying. I'm a doctor.
Doctor of
I'm
dentistry.
an orthodontist.
I'm an orthodontist.
Damn it, I did 8 years to get this title.
I'm an orthodontist.
You
Get
can't
out
help.
of my way.
Then why'd you respond? I'm a doctor.
I waited my whole life to be able to say that. Like on a plane. Is there a doctor?
I'm a foot doctor.
His wife looks at him, takes his hand.
Sports
and
medicine.
you put that hand down.
So, I was
Or
like,
podiatrist.
I'm so sorry. Why is that so funny? Okay, please keep going.
look at those gums. Why does this man have no teeth?
You're a doctor. Put your hand down. Oh, it might be broken. My face was. Oh, someone's face was on my face. Ooh, it's not that
I have
funny.
a doctorate in.
I'm
I'm
gonna pee my pants. I don't wanna-
I'm an American history doctor.
Stop.
Interpret
I
dance
have a
doctor.
doctorate in music theory.
I'm a professor.
I do not want him to spit milk all over my fucking.
Oh,
I
that'd be
just
great.
needed to.
It comes out of your nose.
Ew!
Oh, that's
So
my
you're
new
trying to
goal.
system. You want milk to come out of your nose?
His nose. On one of these podcasts.
You want his. Oh, you want to make him laugh so hard that it comes out of his nose. I was
Yeah.
like, you want our podcast to be so good you steal Dan's nose.
I steal your nose.
I'm gonna take
I'm a
that
nose collector.
Ew.
Who's a doctor?
No, god damn it, finish the story. We're never gonna get there.
I gotta go to sleep soon.
You gotta finish it. I'm here for the ending. Because I know how it ends.
I'm here in your living
Alright.
room.
Together.
Dentist, never seen.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, all these options are pretty cool. Yeah. I'll see what my options are. My stepdad's like, oh, you should join the Navy. You know, it's real good. And, you know, it's a lot of opportunities. If you don't like it, do something else.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. And I talked to my, best friend's dad, and he's like, yeah, same thing. I loved it. I'm like, cool. And then I was like, all right, fuck it. I graduated, and then I fucking enlisted like a fucking week or two later.
Is that just because you didn't get accepted to the other school?
If you would have got accepted to the school, would you have gone to school?
I think so. I don't know. I mean, looking back on it again, I'm like, I don't know. I definitely couldn't afford it, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like at the time that was like,
You would have
what I
created
wanted.
like some kind of like crazy ass business to pay for school.
It would have been like, this lychee business is too small. We gotta do something bigger.
But I think for Miami, I applied for,
You could have created
Music.
fucking food trucks, dude.
and then for the other two colleges, I applied for a psychology major because I loved psychology. I did AP psychology in junior year, and I
That
fucking
happens
loved
to
it.
everybody. That should be illegal. Stop teaching kids psychology. There's enough psychologist degrees in the world. We don't need that.
Yeah, especially because you need like 6 to 8 years to actually do anything with your job.
Everybody goes to like get their bachelor's in psychology, and then everybody after that is like, and then I became a nurse, and you're like, what?
Yeah, so
yes.
That's me. I
Keep
have a
going.
bachelor's
Keep going.
in
So you
psychology.
enlisted in the Navy.
Navy, and then they're like, "What do you want to do?" Like I did everything right, did all the fucking physicals, went to MEPS, cool, and then finally you get to talk to a dude or a woman. You know, you talk to a person in the Navy, and they're like, "All right, what do you want to do?" And
Women can be in the Navy.
yeah, my guy just happened to be a dude, and
You
he's
don't
like, "What do you
know.
want to do?" And
Did
I'm
they
like,
tell you their pronouns?
and I was like, well, I want to do one of your advanced programs, like something with computers or something like that. And they're like, all right, well, we have this, which is submarine electronic computer fields. And I'm like, well, that sounds cool, but like, submarines? And they're like, yeah, you get paid a little bit extra more money and, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, cool, I'll take it. I literally took the first job they offered me.
Oh my God.
Oh my, do you regret that?
No. I mean, I've definitely gone back thinking, and I've talked to one of my dudes that used to be a recruiter, and I'm like, man, I kind of wish at some point I knew what my options were. Like, what else could I have been?
Yeah.
And he's like, you probably got one of the better jobs that for, in terms of, what you got as a score. Like, don't worry about it. Like, your other jobs have probably been, a cook or some, random-ass thing that were,
Oh, did you not do good on your ASVAB?
I got a 79.
Okay.
Which was, out of, 99.
I don't know. I've never taken it.
So,
You did take it, though.
The last time I took it, I got, an 85 or something.
yeah.
I got really good. The only thing I wasn't allowed to do was be an electrician. That's the only job I didn't qualify for.
Yeah.
That
So,
would've been really
I took the first job they gave me, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. And the same mentality kicks in of being like, who the fuck does submarines? That sounds badass, right? And I get to do computers, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Just like clarinet, right? My whole backstory is just doing, what the fuck? Who does that? I'm going to do it. And hopefully it works out. It sounds cool. And then they're like, all right, cool, you ship out in 6 months. I'm like, what? And,
Does that mean you're not, when you enlist in the military, is that, day one? When
No.
you enlist? Or,
day one is the day you go to boot camp. Because that's when you start getting paid. That's when you're employed by the Department of Defense.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
So
that
I mean-
answered my actual
So
question.
I enlisted, and you're in this thing called delayed entry program.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of keep tabs on you, and every week or two you show up to a training, and they teach you stuff that you need to know in boot camp. This is your oath, this is all the stuff, and blah blah blah. But you're not in the military. You're enlisted, but you're not.
Yeah.
You're still in.
Could you still be like, nah, I don't want to do this?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Obviously, they're really heavily against it, because you signed all these contracts and everything.
Yeah.
But I think realistically, you could just get out. Right?
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to do this. I'm having second thoughts. So that's why they try to make that window as small as possible, so you get in the Navy.
Yeah.
Right.
Then they make it really hard to leave. You can check out anytime you'd like, but you can never leave until your contract's up.
Yep. So.
And then when you try to leave, we're going to offer you a ton of money.
So during that time, I was working as a pizza delivery guy in high school, and then summer happened, and they kind of fucked me over a little bit. There was this big order for a delivery, right? It was $150, and I delivered it.
Are we talking about pizzas?
Yeah.
Let's try to figure out how this applied to the
And then, well, this is the middle of the 6 months.
Yeah.
Because this is kind of a crazy story, too, when I tell people about it, and they're like, what the fuck, So I was delivering pizzas, and they fucked me over because a week later, the people that ordered that pizza got refunded all the money. And they were like, hey, you delivered that pizza, you're going to pay for it. It's that money that they refunded is coming out of your paycheck. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? And they're like, well, because you didn't get so what they wanted us to do was take a receipt that they got and take their credit card and imprint the numbers on the receipt with a pen. And I didn't do that. And they're like, well, since you didn't do that, we're refunding it and taking it out of your pay. And I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, unless you could convince them to keep the payment. So I called them up, the number on the receipt, and I'm like, hey, why are you refunding the pizza? And they're like, I don't know who you are. I don't know what this fucking restaurant is. I didn't order this. And I'm like, well, this is your number that I called on the receipt, and this is your card and address, correct? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, at the time, I called this number, and someone answered it, got the pizza, no problem, right? This is your address, this is your number, this is your name. You definitely ordered this pizza. And they're like, no, go fuck yourself. And my job was like, well, sucks to be you. And my paycheck was $150 less at the time. And I was like, this is shitty. So my mom's like, you got to leave that job. Hey, I'm about to take over this restaurant in the Keys. You should try to get a job there first and scope it out and see everything before I take it over, see if it's actually worth it and anything. Mm-hmm. So I got hired at that restaurant as a cook. It was 40 miles south. I took a bus there. Oh my God. I got hired as a cook. And then, I worked there for a week. And then my mom takes over the restaurant. She fucking gets management and everything. So my mom had a financial backer. One of her old business partners was like, yo, I want to get into a business of having a restaurant, and I'll fund you the money. We'll make money. Cool. So she was talking to the fucking managers of so it was a restaurant on a marina.
Okay.
And they were like, yeah, the people that are currently running the restaurant are doing it for a discount because they live on a boat. and them working the restaurants, me giving them like a discount to pay less rent on their boat for like living at the marina. But they're like 60 years old. They're just trying to like hang out and, you know, retire, and they just want to enjoy the, you know, so I'm open to new opportunities. So that's what they did. They fucking made a deal. The dudes were like, all right, I guess we're out. We're going to go live on our boat. Cool. You got the restaurant. And all the other employees are still there. And they're like, well, cool. New manager change. But my mom's like, all right, who's good workers? Who has shitty work ethic? And I was like, oh, these are these people. These are these people. My mom started firing a bunch of people based on like who I said.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like a little insider takeover.
Oh my god, and they were like, the narc. Remember that one time I came to work and I was like real upset about it, and then I talked to the new guy? That was a mistake.
Yeah. So we started firing a bunch of people, and we kept like 2 guys. We kept like a bartender and one of the other cooks. Okay. And then my mom's like, I want to fire this cook. And I'm like, no, you know, he used to be homeless. Like, he's, you know, like, I don't think, you know. The reason why she wanted to fire him is because he was a real shitty cook. Like, sending out, like, raw food or getting orders wrong or just being really long. And he'd smoke weed before he'd come into work and would perform shitty, too, right? Like, he'd always be high and everything, and it's not great when you're at work cooking food.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you shouldn't do it for now because, you know, I feel bad for the guy. He's, like, 3 years older than me. Like, you know, I feel for him.
Make him the dishwasher.
And one day, my mom told me to go into work and open up the restaurant. So I'm like fucking 17, 18 years. I was 18 at the time. Opening up this restaurant, just me, getting the bar ready, get everything ready, get the kitchen ready, cool. And he was supposed to come in. He showed up late. And I'm like, all right, well, I got everything set up, but the kitchen's not on. Turn on the gas and everything, cool. And he was high. And so I'm like setting up the bar. I remember I was putting up all the fucking drinks, get my little cooler ready, cool. And I hear like a little explosion, and then I see the fucking, we had a food truck, and the fucking thing was rocking and everything. I was like, what the fuck? And he comes out, he's like, I got it. And I realized what happened. I turned off the gas of the fucking, all the shit, and his fucking eyebrows were gone and everything. His face was like a little burn. And he's like, oh my God, you know. And I'm like, fuck, all right. And I help him out a little bit, and he's getting situated. And I call my mom. I'm like, hey, whatever this dude's name is, like, I'm like, hey, he just got injured. Shit blew up in his face. And she's like, oh, tell him to go to the hospital. Like, you know, they'll take care of it, and we'll get workers' comp and everything. And he's like, I can't do that. They'll drug test me, and weed in Florida is illegal. And he's like, they'll drug test me. I'm high as fuck right now. Like, I can't do it. It will be on me. And I tell my mom that I'm like, he's not going to the hospital. And she's like, all right, that's it. He's fucking done. Like, I'm firing him. Like, you know. So I'm running the kitchen by myself, and I got my one bartender, my mom being the manager. And she's like, hey, you want to make more money? You could be the bartender. I'll still pay you the same amount of money, but you could get tips too. And I'm like, cool. So I become a bartender and a cook.
For you to be a bartender?
In Florida, you have to be 18 to pour, mix, and sell
Oh,
alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did. Right. I wasn't like drink. I was just an 18-year-old fucking selling drinks.
Yeah.
I was making a lot more money. I was like, wow, this is dope. And I'm literally at some point becoming like a manager of this place. My mom's like, I got to handle business in Miami. Go fucking take care of the restaurant. So I'm like opening it up, serving fucking drinks and everything, cooking. Hey, we have like a fucking restaurant and we have a pool and everything. So I'm handling all this shit.
Oh my God.
But I'm like waiting for the Navy, right? This is like a temporary job.
Does your mom still do this?
No. She works at a bar now and a restaurant, but it's not that restaurant. Because during 2017, Irma, the hurricane, well, before that, because the first year happened, right, of us having the bar, the dude that owned the marina was like, all right, this is going to be your new rent for renting out the space for the restaurant. It's going to be like triple or quadruple the amount of money, like $4,000 something a month, because you guys are doing business, like making actual profit now, and you got a lot of people are starting to come. It used to be fucking one or two people a few days.
Upped your rent because you started doing good?
Yeah, like now we're making money, and they're like, all right, we want a cut of that. We were literally giving like free hot dogs like every Wednesday or some shit. Like we had signs on there would be like, come get a free hot dog, and our happy hour was like 4 to 8, buy one get one for all beer and wine.
Damn.
Yeah, we were like shelling out money, and people started showing up. We started getting live music. It used to be concrete on the water. We got like dump trucks of sand, and we fucking filled sand everywhere on the restaurant. For you literally could take your shoes off, put your hands, put your toes in the sand, right on the water. You know, it was real nice, real fucking like beach tiki vibes and everything.
Yeah.
And plus the pool, it was awesome. We got these real high quality like tables that swing back and forth when you sit on them. And, you know, all that money was through my mom and her financial backer. And then he's like, all right, cool. I want like this amount of money now. And the dude's like, fuck no. Like, no, the financial backer's like, no, that's fucking crazy. Like, we're finally just starting to actually get business going and we're still like a lot of money in the hole, I'm not doing that. And he's like, well, that's what I want. And he's like, all right, I guess we're not doing business anymore. So that fell through. And then a couple months later, Irma rolled through and like fucked everything up anyway. So I guess it worked out. But all the sand went in the pool and in the water. Like, you know, it fucked things up.
Oh my God.
Now, last time I went there, it was called Fin and Juice. Like some new company, some new people took over the place now. The sand is still there. The rocking tables are still there. A lot of stuff from my mother is still there. And I'm like, that's sad. But, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it still sounds like got out of like essentially not a good thing anyway.
Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. But, you know, they had that for like a year and a half-ish. But I'm working there a lot, like fucking every day. Fucking 7 days a week running the place and everything with my mom. And then I like quit like 2 weeks before I ship out. It was like middle of November. I left in December. I'm like, hey, I want to spend my like last month before I'm in the military enjoying myself, doing the stuff I want, you know, cool. And my mom was real reluctant about that. She's like, I don't know, like, you're the guy, you know, you can't really do that. And I'm like, well, what are you going to do about me when I leave in a month? She's like, I don't know, we'll figure that out when we get there. And I'm like, no. And then I worked the day before I shipped out. I remember that. She's like, hey, we're really fucking busy. I need you to come in. I'm like, what the fuck, you know? But I end up working the day before I left.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But there was a lot of people that I knew there too, that like my friends from like school and everything being like, goodbye, and like, you know, go do your thing. And then I left for the Navy, right? And then I was in Connecticut for a year doing sub school. And then I was in San Diego for 2 years. I did a deployment for 6 months. You know, I've been to Japan, Guam, I've been to Hawaii, doing all that stuff, doing, you know, successful in my job. And then, you know, we came here. We changed home port to be like, hey, we're going to go fix your shit. And then you're just staying in Virginia. And then here I am.
Have you been with the same vessel
Yep.
this entire time? They just were like, instead of being in San Diego, you guys are going to be in Virginia.
Now the ship is going to be here.
And you guys all need to move.
Yep. So, you know.
So everybody on the ship gets
is here
moved.
now.
That's insane.
And it's kind of.
Does that happen like often? That's like, what, 150-ish people, right? That need to move?
I don't think it's like often, but it happens quite a bit, yeah.
Damn.
So, and it's, you know, like my family, like my grandmother, for example, because she hates that I'm in the military. Like, she's happy that I'm happy and doing successful, but she hates the idea that, you know, I'm doing what I'm doing. And she's like, it's not safe and all this shit. Can't you just say, like, I want to quit? Like, I can't do this anymore. I'm like, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
And she's like, you can't just move from San Diego. Like, that's unfair to you. You wanted to go to San Diego. You're there now. And I'm like, yeah, but it is what it is. This is what I signed up for.
Transfer to a different vessel? Like, or...
Unless it's like serious circumstances with someone on the command, like, you know, like a sexual harassment thing or like a hazing thing. But other than that, not really, no. But it, you know, other than me being like 18, 19 years old, I'm just moving. For other people, they had to sell their houses and shit. Or people that had families with kids in schools and everything, they had to move.
Were you married at this time?
So, you know, that was a thing. So I came
that's
here.
150 people. If that happens fairly often, this is the largest that I know of. It's the largest port in the United States. That would mean people are always cycling in and out of this area.
Yep, constantly, yeah.
It's a good reason to have this house. I feel like we should keep it in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
If we ever have to move, if anyone you know is looking for a place to rent,
I'll funnel
house.
the overflow of my
you
house
can-
to here.
You can, the overflow are like the people who have families and shit, or like somebody who would need multiple bedrooms or whatever, or multiple people. That would probably be even more lucrative. But I
You'd
don't
have to
trust
add a bathroom
multiple
to this place
youths
first.
in one space. Like
You'd have to
then
add a second bathroom.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. Or they suffer. I don't know.
So, you know, I moved and I was here for a year renting out an apartment. And then I moved in with my friend for like 5 months, 6 months. And I moved back to another apartment. And then finally I'm like, I'm going to buy a house because I'm probably going to pay a similar amount of money. But now I actually have something to invest my money in as opposed to just renting something.
Was it similar to what you were renting?
I was paying $1,300 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. And now I'm paying, now with new taxes, fucking 15.
Oh my god. Don't even get me started.
Yeah. I'm paying $1,583 a month for my mortgage plus a real estate tax and homeowner insurance for this place for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath with a yard and, you know, stuff as opposed to like, here's a little townhome for 2-bed, 1-bath with like a backyard the size
you can
of.
do what you're doing, like renting a room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could
There's a
sublease.
duplex in the fucking middle of the desert
I know.
with a fucking dirt backyard.
We should have looked for multiple what's it called home, even though that was one of the things. But I didn't want to spend more than like $250,000
Yeah.
What do you mean?
on a house. Anything big enough that would have multiple points of entry, like to a house, like an in-law suite or something you could like rent out or like Airbnb, was like out of our price range. There were a couple houses that I looked like that I saw, didn't look at, but like saw online that were like $250,000 that were like really big, and I was like, nah, I'd probably do that, but also don't want to. That's just a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't want people living with me.
I would be fine with them living next to me.
You sure?
Yeah. The next house we buy, we'll buy like an inn with like 4 rooms, like 4 units, and we'll just live in one of them, and we'll rent out the rooms.
Yeah, so...
Who's gonna do all the work in the inn?
What work?
Is that
Like
it?
maintenance and stuff?
Yeah.
Like a maintenance
Me?
company?
Well, I can do it. I got you.
For you, yeah. I mean, that would be the cheapest option, but also like there's companies
Something
that do
needs-
that. It's also like
There's a
cleaning
hole.
companies.
There's a hole in the wall. You gotta replace the whole wall.
Gotta replace the whole wall instead of